dust, catch my footprints, summer heat, love that nuisance, got my bell, rope around my shoulder, in my mind, I'm a loner, so I'm
It's the toughest 8 seconds in sport. Mere mortals trying to tackle over a ton of meat and muscle. Hell-bent on doing whatever it takes to tame the untamable. The shortest payday on the planet can also be the most dangerous. But for the cowboys that represent the elite of the sport, the rush is worth the risk. This is the PBR Australia National Finals. It's the biggest stage in Australian bull riding, the PBR National Finals at Kudos Bank Arena, Sydney Olympic Park. Preparations have been going on for several days as tons of dirt are dropped in and steel barriers set for the grand finale to Australia's PBR season. 22 cowboys have earned the right to showcase their talent on this special night, qualifying in the top tier of the PBR Australia standings. Of those men, 5 have been locked in a battle over the past several weeks and come into the event with a realistic hope of being crowned champion.
Yeah, I could win the national championship today. I just got to ride all my bulls and make it all. The rest will work itself out, really.
I think I could, yeah. It's that close, and I think there's 5 or 6 guys probably in close contention. It's one of the nights where you're going to have to do your job, do it well.
It's anyone's game. We just got to stay on our bulls and do the best we can to come out being the champ.
Yeah, that's pretty exciting. Could be the Australian champion, and hopefully I can do it. Just, ride my bulls and hopefully get some nice scores, and hopefully that just gets the job done.
Yeah, try not to think about it too much, just try and treat it as any other ball, because there's a fair few other guys that can just overtake you, so doesn't really matter if you're coming in 20th or 1st, you should treat it the same, I think.
Over the past 5 weeks, all have made their claim in one way or another. In Mount Isa, Sonny Shafirius topped the field and launched himself into contention for the ultimate prize.
Looking to ride Ricky Bobby tonight. Come on, Sonny. Yes. But I tell you, that ride in the championship round, I mean, that was something else. Good bull.
Yeah, he's a great bull, mate. I've seen him a couple of times this year, and he just got rode the other day at Julia Creek, and yeah, it was good to get him done here as well.
Then in Darwin, 2013 rookie champion and national champion hopeful Cliff Richardson made his intentions clear, winning the event and putting himself into the top 5.
Cliffy Richardson has wanted to draw him, and he's got him. Come on. Come on, Cliff. Hey! How about you go ahead and put your hands together for Cliff Richardson?
At the same event, 20-year-old rookie Braden Welby managed to claim top spot in the standings with his second placing, continuing his scintillating debut on tour.
81.5 points on his first one. Braden looking to ride 2 bulls. Yes, yes.
However, in Cairns, he was passed by yet another rookie who has been setting the scene alight in 2017, 19-year-old Aaron Klyer.
Here we go. Look at this. Come on, Aaron.
Lurking and ever-present has been Troy Wilkinson. His effort to make the championship round in Brisbane at the last Cowboys standing sees him still in the mix.
Has moved up to number 5 in the Australian Championship race. He wants it all. He wants to win. Come on. Help him. Help him. Oh. And Troy's going to right the ship here tonight. Come on, Brisbane.
Heading into the final event of the year, the standings were as follows. Rookies dominating the top of the board with Aaron Klyer leading, almost 300 points clear of Braden Welby. Sonny Shafirius sits a further 170 points adrift. Cliff Richardson and Troy Wilkinson are both with 600 points, and with bonus points on offer in the final, they are well and truly within striking distance. Kurt Shepherd, coming off back-to-back event wins, still has a mathematical chance to win the title, along with Bud Williamson, should all things go their way on the night. Bank Arena, Sydney Olympic Park, and the countdown to the PBR Australian National Finals was finally over. The scene was set, the ride is ready, and our first bulls have been loaded into the chutes. First up was the event champion from last year, Robson Gudez of Brazil, on a bull called Devil's Dance.
Oh, I like it! I like it! Robson Gudez is all over this bull. That is total textbook Brazilian bull power.
Gudez off to a great start to his title defence with an 86.25 point ride. Next up, another Mexican, Jorge Valdivieso, and his drawn Cookies and Cream.
Cookies and Cream, another one from Dan Claby that has been unridden in PBR competition. And old Hip Hip Jorge is ready to right the ship. Sliding up inside of the buck and chute, number 5. Nod your head and go to work. Oh yeah, look at this. Look at this. Back to the left, away from his hand. Wow. Holy cow. The man from Mexico, Hip Hip Jorge. but I don't like to see this.
I don't like the dismount, and you can catch it right here as we go back to our replay. I mean, what about this ride, Garrett? I mean, he nailed it.
Yeah, and especially for a bull that has been unridden, he is just all the right moves in all the right places. A little direction change there, and I'll tell you what, I've got something that'll make him feel a little bit better. How about a new leader? 88.5 points for Jorge Valiezo.
Jorge seeking out help from the medics as Troy Wilkinson climbed on the back of his first bull, Cattle Duffer.
One of the other guys have a bad night. It's going to be, whoever does the best, it's going to be theirs for the taking.
This is Troy Wilkinson from the Upper Horton of New South Wales. 26 years of age. Troy Wilkinson is riding a world.
Yeah, come on, Troy, come on. That is a tough bull to ride. He's excited. What about you, Sydney?
They're hard to keep track of. You don't know which way they're going to go. And it's like a scalded cat. They just dart around. And there's a handful, yeah. Job done. 2 to go. One more next. Think about the last one later.
The next couple of bulls got the best of our riders. Chris Laguna, no match for Crooked Nose, before Jason Mara was bucked quickly from Maximum Rat.
If he could make things happen on this one.
That brought up 23-year-old Nathan Burtonshaw from country New South Wales.
Here is a bull rider right now that has been working his way up the championship rankings in the PBR World Race. Right now we're talking about number 65 in the world. Watch this man from Coonamble, New South Wales. Oh.
I don't think he put enough quarters in.
After a brief discussion, the judges decided to give Nathan Burtonshaw a re-ride on an alternative bull. Meanwhile, American star J.W. Harris was getting ready in the chute.
For a man that has four gold buckles in professional rodeo, decided to step over into Major League bull riding a few years back, became the PBR's Rookie of the Year, and now at 31 years old, the husband and father of 2, is here tonight on his maiden trip to Australia. J.W. Harris from Mullen, Texas, in a bull called Apache. Here we go. Come on, J.W. Sit up, sit up. Oh, man.
J.W. bucked in just under 6 seconds.
Shoot, I'm hoping to walk away with the final title. It'd be nice to win the event, but we're just going to take them one bull at a time and see what happens.
Next in the chute was Rowan Markham. He is a remarkable tale of resilience.
I was at Rockhampton PBR in the middle of May, and I rode me bull, but at the end of the ride I got stood on, and I ended up going to hospital, and I split my liver in 5 places, bruised my pancreas, and broke 2 ribs. So I spent 10 days in the Royal Brisbane Hospital recovering, and spent the last 2 months recovering. It made me really hungry to get back, and the doctor said within 6 weeks, if you look after yourself, you can come back. Not to bull riding, but to physical work. So to me, that's bull riding. That's my sort of job. So it made me hungry definitely to get back. I wasn't thinking about getting hurt again, that's for sure.
This is Rowan Markham, Ravenshoe, North Queensland. And a bull from Maine's Bucking Bulls tonight. This is flesh and blood.
For most guys, what he went through just a few months ago would have been career-ending. Ruptured spleen in the hospital for a week. He's back riding bulls. Come on, Ro. There
Yes. The bull slightly underperforming. He recorded a score of 75.5 and was given the option of a re-ride. However, with a score on the board, Rowan decided to keep it and hoped to add to it in round 2. Thinking the 2 scores on the night should be enough to secure a berth in the championship round. The Bulls made short work of our next contestants out. First, Ethan Watts kicked from Chemical Weapon, and then Bailey Woodard unable to hold on to turn it up.
Come on, do it!
That brought back Nathan Burtonshaw for his re-ride on Pain and Gain.
Trying to make his mark here at the PBR National Finals. Niels Parks bugging shoots. Here we go. Ride the bull. Ride the bull. Clock says 8. Clock says 8. And Nathan Burtonshaw rolled the dice, and I tell you what, I think he is going to come up with a solid set of numbers for this effort.
Yeah, that ride looked a lot better than that 63 3/4 we watched earlier. He said, I don't want those numbers, I want bigger ones. He's going to get them 82 3/4 points. 82 3/4, Burtonshaw.
Bud Williamson was next to Buck on Light 'em Up.
You see his elbow brace right there. These guys are battered and bruised. It's been a long season that all culminates here tonight. And Bud Williamson, one of those guys feeling the pain here in this championship night. Sliding out, nodding his head. Here we go. Come on, Bud Rowe. Come on.
He's got him.
Now get away from him. Oh, yeah. And Light 'em Up is going to get his flame put out tonight.
Yeah, Bud Williamson right here. This is just textbook bull riding. Watch the free arm, watch the feet, the motion. Hey, Lincoln Welder officials come up with 86 1/4 points. 86 1/4.
With that ride, Bud Williamson moved into third place in round 1. Next in the chute, the number 3 in the series, 28-year-old rookie, Sonny Shafirius.
Yeah, it'd be good to win the event, win all the money, yeah, win all the buckles, all the prizes, and probably Australian title as well. Yeah, it'd be great to do that, and no matter what hole you come in.
Overall tonight, 2,000 points up for grabs. Sonny Shafirius knows good and well the Mustachio Bandit's got to ride this bull. Call me Joe, TNR Bucking Bulls. And this looks good. Come on, Sonny. Oh, don't do it. Whoa.
Clock says 7.29 seconds.
Okay. Now what that means that we're going to send Kevin Casper, our replay official, back under the hood, because the bull riders now in the past couple years have the ability to challenge a call. If they, in this case, Sonny felt that he was there for the 8 seconds, so we're going to go back into our replay official. Now the rule states you've got to have your hand in contact with the bull rope. You can be flying through the air, but as long as you have not disqualified yourself by touching yourself, the bull, or the ground before the 8 seconds, it will be a qualified ride.
Agonizingly close. However, 7.29 seconds the official verdict, and unfortunately for Sonny, no points. With 3 of our championship contenders yet to compete in round 1, the heat was on.
Let's take a chance on you and me, 'cause I know it would come so easily.
The PBR Australia National Finals. We are halfway through round 1, and only one of our championship contenders has a qualified ride on the board. But with 3 left to ride, the championship title is still very much up in the air. Next on his bull, the nephew of Australia's only ever world champion, Troy Dunn, on the back of 8 gauge.
Roy Dunn, number 13 right now with a bullet in the PBR Australian Championship race. Loves the big lights, loves the big bad bulls. Come on, Roy.
Nice move.
You can do it. How about Roy Dunn, Proserpine, North Queensland?
85 points, moving him into fourth. Next in the chute, the man who won it all last year, Cody Heffernan, the 2016 PBR Australia champion.
I won my Australian title when I was 27. I'd been in the PBR since I was 18. I'd always believed that I was, top 3 at least. When you're 26 and 27 and you still haven't won a title, that was a big fuel for my fire to win that title and make that such a special season.
The reigning national champion. That was a goal that he had set when he was a young boy and started riding bulls, was to become the best bull rider from his home country. Cody Heffernan. Oh, Mitch Russell.
Not the start he was hoping for. The attention then turned back to this year's championship race. Braden Welby, currently sitting second in the championship, had drawn Jesse for his first round encounter.
Braden Welby has been flawless this year. Here we go. He's gonna do it. Braden Welby has now made a huge move in this championship race. We're talking about points being earned for placing in every round tonight here. Welby takes advantage of this bull for 83 3/4 points. And he is one happy bull rider.
Yeah, first another way, good to get one done and had a nice bull then, and hopefully get another good one in the next round and get it covered and get a nice score and hopefully win that average and see how the short go goes, hopefully.
His 83 3/4, enough to place him in the top 8, but more importantly, giving him a qualified ride and points on the board, putting the pressure well and truly on Aaron Klyer, the series leader, who is yet to go.
27.
However, there were several riders before him, including Mitch Payton, who was unable to get the job done on Slam and Jam. Then Kurt Shepherd got bucked from locked and loaded in just over a second. That left 3 men to go in round 1. 2 of those genuine championship contenders, and the first of those was Cliff Richardson.
As a bull rider, it's just another event. You're not getting on your first bull thinking about the short round. You'd be mad if you did. You're just getting on that bull, knowing what you got to do on him, and then you move on to the next one, and it all works out.
Richardson is another man that needs to strike while the iron is hot. I got a good feeling about Cliff Richardson here tonight. He has waited an eternity for an opportunity just like this. I am definitely a huge fan of Cliff Richardson. What he's done, what he is about to do, and what he stands for. Come on, Cliff. Come on, Cliff.
Come on, Sydney. Ride with him. Ride with him. Way too quiet in here, Sydney. Give him some.
He's a good little bull, and I only had one thing on my mind, riding him, so yeah, he's pretty cool.
Brazilian Edmilson Goncalves was next up. He had drawn one cool dude.
Here we go, bull riding's on. Away from his hand.
The bull not performing at its peak reflected in a score of 82 1/4 points, leaving Goncalves in 9th. So it was time for the final man in round 1, and everyone had been waiting for this moment. Young gun Aaron Klyer, the current rookie and series leader.
Yeah, to ride them 2 first bulls would be a good start, and then even ride your short go. Pretty much whoever rides all the bulls, I reckon he'll get the title.
All right, let's take you right now to the #1 ranked bull rider in the country today. The 19-year-old bull riding talent from Capella, Central Queensland. This is Aaron Klyer, trying to become the youngest professional bull rider in Australia to walk away with a championship. To do it tonight, he needs to make big-time bull rides. And he has a bull by the name of trick or treat from Frank Biddle. We've only seen this bull one time, has not been ridden. Here we go. Come on, Aaron.
Clier comes down from trick or treat in 4.71 seconds, leaving the door wide open for his championship rivals Cliff Richardson, Braden Welby and Troy Wilkinson, all with qualified rides on the board. With plenty of points on offer in round two, it was anyone's guess who would be crowned champion. The PBR Australia National Finals, Kudos Bank Arena, Sydney Olympic Park. And we are moving into round two. Round one saw only 3 of our series contenders qualify rides. The pressure firmly on Aaron Clier and Sonny Shafirius to perform in round two. But there are plenty of others in the mix. And although they can't win the national championship, being named a champion of the national finals event is one thing on everyone's bucket list. Leading our field, 2 Brazilians, Jorge Valdivieso, ahead of last year's event winner Robson Guedes. But Williamson, the best of the Australians in round one, with 3 of our title contenders, Cliff Richardson, Braden Welby and Troy Wilkinson in the top 8 and in position to possibly qualify for the championship round.
And we will start this second go-round inside of the Paradise Bucking Shoe of the Man from Dingo, Queensland, Bailey Woodard. 18 years young, no deal, the bull from Frank Biddle. Looking good, Bailey. Bailey Woodard gets the deal done. Now, bullfighters taking some shots.
Hey, he can hear you now, Sydney.
Bailey Woodard scored 85.25 points on no deal. Next in the chute was Brazilian Edmilson Goncalves. Unfortunately, his teammate who had the lead after round one, Jorge Valdivieso, was unable to continue due to a broken arm. So Edmondson, along with the other Brazilians, would fly the flag for the rest of the night.
The last thing we want to do is put him on the clock. Here we go.
He needs it. He needs it.
He got it. Oh, hello.
Not looking 100%, but with 2 qualified rides, he would have to try and set himself for the championship round. Our American invitee was next to go, J.W. Harris.
J.W. Harris from Mullen, Texas. He's got a bull called Down Under from John Gill and Sons that Cody Heffernan rode in Newcastle a year ago for 84 big ones. Lincoln Welder's Buck and Shoot for the PBR Rookie of the Year, J.W. Harris. Oh, no.
Disappointed with the ride, but keeping the positives in perspective.
You know, it's not a lot of people get to travel the world with their job. They're stuck at the office, and well, I've been to Brazil, Canada, now Australia. I'm pretty lucky. I'd love to come back down here, and it's been a blast. And you know, the next time I come, I'll bring my family with me, and kids, they'd enjoy it.
The 2016 Australian champion was out next, trying to keep his event hopes alive.
Cody Heffernan. Oh! Holy cow. A huge hit.
Cody walking from the arena as Brazilian Luis Blanco waited aboard Yellow Magic.
Gotta take it. Buddy. That is an 8-second bull ride Brazilian Luis Blanco.
A low score of 71.5. However, it was his second qualified ride of the night, which gave him a good shot of seeing action in the championship round. The Bulls again got on top for a spell. Chris Laguna fell from pistol whip. And then Ethan Watts toppled from domino effect. Noah Markham slid from mudslide before the 8-second buzzer. And Sam O'Connor had an awkward dismount from Rebel Yell. Next was Cliff Richardson, currently fourth in the series and looking to qualify a second score on a troubled soul.
I've been here half a dozen times now, I guess. A few years I've missed too with injuries and still been down here helping my buddies out. But you can't beat this here. As a rider, you sort of block all that out anyways. It's just another event. You still got to ride your bulls and do your job.
Could this be the year for Cliff Richardson? Could this be the national finals that he has been hoping for the past 5 years? Cliff Richardson needs to ride this bull. Come on, Cliff. Cliff.
Oh, and okay, good call, Cliffy. Good call. Yeah. 7.77.
Richardson challenging the call with 7.77 seconds on the clock. However, after careful review, the time stood. This left Cliff with only one score on the board and his title aspirations hanging by a thread. Needing to make the championship round, 8 men would advance. Already, 6 were in front of him. One of those, last year's event champion Robson Gudez, who'd now drawn Blossom in round 2.
That's him right there. Gotta have it. Oh, yes. Come on, Sydney. Come on, Sydney. He's got him. He's got him. That was a monumental bull ride. Come on, talk to him. Oh, man, I tell you what. Leaderboard, look out. Look at the jump of this bull. That is a national champion contending bucking bull. And listen to this, 87 3/4.
That would propel the Brazilian into the lead once again. Next in the chute, Nathan Burtonshaw on high-class hooker.
Here he is. Here's the man, Nathan Burtonshaw. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. I'm telling you, he is the real deal. How about Nathan Burtonshaw?
Yeah, buddy. Mate, it meant a whole lot to win the national finals, you know. My goal this year was to put 12 months of bull riding together. I've been injured. I haven't even put 12 months of bull riding together, so it'd be real amazing to win.
The quality of bulls impressive at this showcase event. Mitch Payton wasn't able to tame Silent Rage. Then Jason Mara was bucked from Palooka, which recorded the highest bull score of the round, 44.5. This brought Braden Welby back for his second bull. He qualified a ride in round 1. However, there were already 7 in front of him in the standings. It was make or break for his championship hopes on 5th Battalion.
Braden Welby trying to put the pressure on Aaron Clive. Here we go. Braden. And loses the hold on his bull rope at 5.06 seconds.
Braden would have a nervous wait to see if by some miracle he would get a ride in the championship round.
As we go back inside of the Neil's Parts Buck and Shoot, the man from right down the road.
If you're not in that championship round, you're not going to get a chance winning that Australian championship, and it's going to be close. It's going to come down to that wire.
Are there any Troy Wilkinson fans in here tonight? Rock the House is the bull from Dun Bulls and Big Screens, Australia. Aaron Clier rode him for 87. Come on, Troy. Come on, Troy. Here we go. Clock says 8 seconds. Clock says 8 seconds. How about 88.5 points for Troy Wilkinson?
I knew I had a tough ball and he was going to take all my might. And he's normally in the short round, that ball, so to get him rode just before the short round is, you know, it's a massive positive, and just to get a score in any one of these balls is an awesome achievement.
As the officials scrambled to calculate the scores and series standings after Troy's ride, Aaron Clier was on the back of natural disaster and could make it largely redundant if he could last the 8 seconds and push his way into the championship round.
This is the man right now with the stronghold on the Australian Championship, Aaron Clier. Natural disasters the ball. Come on, Aaron. Oh, man. Oh, boy. And I'm going to sound like a broken record here for a second. The plot thickens. Oh, he's hit the challenge button.
With it all on the line and a time of 7.01 seconds on the clock, Aaron challenged the call. However, it was found to be the correct time. With two of his championship rivals looking likely to make the short go, Aaron may have just seen the gold buckles slip through his fingers.
Yeah, it's always an experience. There's always next year. Go again next year, hopefully get it.
The championship results still up in the air and would remain so until the end of the short go, but there were still some Cowboys left to compete in round 2. Next up, Bud Williamson.
This is a bull that he has been on before and has been unsuccessful. Bud, you need to get it done. Oh, miracles do happen.
It's amazing what a little vengeance can do for you.
2 qualified rides for Bud, and he would make the championship round. Next, Roy Dunn, who was sitting 4th after round 1.
Here we go. Oh, in trouble. Whoa. And once again, some great work by the Bullseye Bullfighters here tonight. And Roy Dunn, he is feeling some pain right now.
With Jorge Valdivieso unable to ride the remainder of the night, Roy Dunn also now looked doubtful for the championship round. He was currently sitting in 8th. In 9th, Cliff Richardson. Could he get a call back to the short go and keep his title hopes alive? Still, there was one man left to go, hoping to unseat Cliff on his way to his own berth on one of the final 8 bulls of the night, Sonny Shafirius. Coming into the night, he was 3rd. Now he lined up against Roadhammer with his season on the line.
He needs to be successful on the back of this bull, Roadhammer. As a matter of fact, he needs to be 89 points to make it back. And he will join Aaron Clier on the sidelines in the championship round to watch on.
Sonny's chance at the national title had evaporated. And so, the championship round was set. 8 men would compete for the national title. 2 of those still had the chance to snatch the Australian title from current series leader, Aaron Clier.
This is war. If when it comes to giving up, you'd rather die, you're a soldier. Get what you came here for. Let me hear your battle cry. This is war. This is war. If when it comes to giving up, you'd rather die, you're a soldier.
The championship round at the national finals. The best 8 riders matched up against the top 8 bulls in the country, all hoping to take home the national finals buckle and bragging rights until next year's event. For Troy Wilkinson and Cliff Richardson, there was the added incentive of a national championship gold buckle and cheque should they earn enough points to overtake Aaron Klyer, who led the series coming into the event. The 8 remaining Cowboys had drawn their bulls, and one of our championship hopefuls was up first. Cliff Richardson, tough task.
I guess it's like the grand final of football. It'd be the best to just top the year off. It doesn't matter how good you've gone through the year. If you can win this event and possibly the title, well, that's the number one thing for the year.
How many people here tonight are fans of Cliff Richardson from Gresford, New South Wales? All right, well, he's going to need each and every one of you when he nods his head on the back of this bull. Here we go. Cliffy, come on. And Cliff Richardson will not be the next PBR Australian champion, down at 5.88 seconds.
That bull's name is very fitting. Tough task is a handful.
This wasn't the first time Cliff Richardson had found himself in the championship hunt coming into the final event of the year, and it likely won't be the last time. This year, he will have to settle for a top 5 finish. Second to go in the championship round, 18-year-old up-and-comer Bailey Woodard on Unbroken.
Ladies and gentlemen, challenges don't get any greater than this right here.
A powerful performance by the Brandenburg bucking bull, and he remains unridden. The first of the 3 Brazilian hopefuls in the championship round was up next, Luis Blanco on High Flying Akubra.
Get ready. Here we go. Watch this. Oh,
Luis unable to handle the heat. His countryman was in the chute and ready to go. Edmilson Goncalves on the 2016 champion bull Hillbilly Deluxe. Its first out all year.
Lines on. This could work. Nope. What a great out, though, from Hillbilly Deluxe.
Goncalves lasting just over 6 seconds, not quite enough to record a score. Nathan Burtonshaw was up next on a little bull with a ton of attitude, fully locked and loaded from Dittman Bucking Bulls.
This is a bull that has never, ever been ridden. I think we're getting ready. We're getting ready to go. Here we go. Come on, Nathan. Come on, man. What a move. Oh. What a move. Okay, they are telling us it is an 8-second bull ride. All right. Oh, wow. That is the first time anyone has ridden that bull. That just goes to show you that the untamable can be tamed. 88 3/4 points. And it's going to take him straight to the top of the tree right now, the #1 man at the national finals. As we go to Bud Williamson from Ayr, North Queensland. Picked the bull in the draft. Enemies everywhere from T&R Bucking Bulls. Jack Daniels Bucking Chutes. Opportunity for Williamson.
Oh, that hurts.
Dumped hard, Williamson left the arena quickly. Next in the chute, championship hopeful Troy Wilkinson on Ray-Ban.
Oh, the atmosphere is amazing. The venue here is top-notch quality, and the crowd, it's sell-out crowd, and it's the biggest stadium we ride in the whole year. And we compete all year just to ride here, this one event at the end of the season. And to win this title here in Sydney with family and friends here, it'd be unbelievable.
It's all a matter of what happens in 8 seconds after he nods his head. If you are a fan of bull riding, these are the moments you pay to see. Here we go. Come on,
see him clutching that shoulder, that collarbone area. Wilkinson, he's a little rattled. 4.94 and a 45.5-point bull score. That gives us 2. Well, he is going to take the lead. Oh, back quarter of a point.
Wilkinson unable to get the job done on the toughest bull of the night, but also taking a hard hit. The medics backstage attending to Troy as our last rider of the event climbed aboard his bull, Robson Gudez on Stormboy.
There is just one man that stands in the way of Nathan Burtonshaw being our event champion. But that man just so happens to be the individual that won this event 1 year ago. Robson Gudez in the bull called Stormboy, that is an entire career of over 3 years as a PBR bucking bull has not been ridden. Let's go. Oh, no. And the reigning champion comes down 6.34.
A great effort by Robson Gudez. However, this year would not be a repeat victory. This year's National Finals event champion, Nathan Burtonshaw from Canamble, New South Wales.
It is actually a dream come true. Like, I've been through that many injuries the last couple of years, and just to get something to pay off, it's been pretty good.
Nathan Burtonshaw wins the event ahead of last year's event winner, Robson Gudez. Troy Wilkinson makes it equal third with Bud Williamson, and with bonus points for finishing positions, it would make the championship race even more interesting. In the bull teams, Dakota Brandenburg took out first place ahead of Tony Dunn, Jason Dittman, Mitch Russell, Dan Clabe, Trevor Dunn, Scott Mains and Frank Biddle. The victory meant that Dakota Brandenburg became the first female ever to be named PBR Australia Contractor of the Year.
We want to see high schools, we want to see good bull rides definitely. So, I get along really good with a lot of the cowboys. I mean, they're good fellas. They have a lot of respect for me and I have a lot of respect for them, which works good. And yeah, I want to see them go out there and make good bull rides. We've won one previous Bucking of the Year with Gotcha Rockin', so that was pretty special to us. So to win another one, I mean, it's every contractor's dream. So yeah.
And as the dust settled, word finally came through of who would be crowned the 2017 PBR Australia Champion.
I completely forgot about everything after that last bull. He smashed me in the face, and I actually thought I had to ride that bull to win, and the ducks fell in the right row order, and crikey, it's the best feeling in the world. I'm shocked. It's probably half the guys here. I came in here so far behind, and 100% positive I was going to ride all my bulls, but them boys have been riding so good and riding all their bulls. I thought they're going to ride good tonight, being tonight, and it all worked out in the end.
In one of the tightest races in history, Troy Wilkinson takes out the championship by just 50 points ahead of rookie champion Aaron Klyer. Nathan Burtonshaw, with his incredible run in the national finals, finished third ahead of Braden Welby, Cliff Richardson, Sonny Shafarius and Bud Williamson. Aaron, despite letting the championship slip, not going home empty-handed, awarded Rookie of the Year honours.
Yeah, it's good to get that, especially when you're young fella and you always dream about getting the rookie title, and I suppose it's the second best thing to then getting the title, so yeah, I'm pretty happy.
But the last word would belong to Troy Wilkinson, the 2017 PBR Australia Champion.
Such a big deal, my childhood dream, and this is one of my goals since I was a kid. You know, you look at all your idols, and I asked four-time world champ JW Harris to help me on, and he was stoked to pull my rope, and you know, he's the first guy to pat me on the back. And, you know, that's an awesome feeling too. He's one of my childhood idols, you know, and it's pretty cool. And my family, my fiance, wife to be, you know, everyone's here, and it's just it's unexplainable. It's so good.